Great people, how y'all doing today? This preacher. So, I was watching this video, right, of this trucker that went to this company. Y'all done seen these trucks and trailers. They got the big neon reddish orange signs that tell you earn $2,500 weekly without owning any equipment. Y'all done seen them on these trucks and these trailers, right? So he fell for the hype. I don't know why they keep falling for the hype. So I just was like, obviously, you didn't do no research, or you haven't been trekking that long to understand you need to start researching these companies and what they telling you. Because what I don't understand, why would you believe 3, 4, maybe 5 people that's saying they making all this money at this company? You would believe the 4 people that's saying that they're making this money at this company, not even showing you they settlements, they statements that they actually making this and making it regularly. Not even doing that, just telling you this. But you won't believe the other 60 people that's telling you how bad they are and how they ain't making no money. They making $500, $600, $700 a week. You don't want to believe the 60 people that's saying that they ain't making no money, but you want to believe the 3, 4 people that's saying that they are making the money. Make that make sense. Are you really trying to hold out hope that the 40 and 50 other people are just disgruntled employees? Then he was saying he was looking for help from somebody and nobody will help him. Everybody saying he don't got a case. I'm like, they telling you that because you signed a lease agreement. Did you read what you signed? Now I ain't telling, sometimes you got to do what you have to do. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do. Life circumstances came up. Those are your best options. You're going to have to get it a shot. And you're going to have to do what you have to do. I understand that. But when everybody tell you how they manipulate laws, you think it's going to be any different from you. When everybody else tell you how they got to run 4,000, 4,500 miles a week, make a couple grand, you think you finna reinvent the wheel when you get there? And you gonna make $2,500 plus weekly without owning any equipment? And you gonna make that every single week, $2,500 every single week? Really? It's a very low percentage of people out here trucking that's doing these leases that is averaging $2,500 plus a week, every week. That's unpractical. Very unpractical. You're not going to do that. And then the ones who are doing it, half of them is doing it with having to run over 4,000 miles. You running every single day. You running 2 logbooks. You both drivers. So you're not doing it the regular way that other people will do. So now when somebody else tell you, like, I do about 2,200 a week, 2,100 a week. Oh, they ain't nothing. I do all this. Yeah, but do you do it legally? Are your circumstances the same as my circumstances? Sometimes we don't like to compare apples to apples. We just looking at fruit and comparing everything in the fruit category. Like they gonna taste the same, they gonna be the same. No, it's not like that. That's why I show my receipts. That's why I always have full transparency on things that I'm saying. And I'm not doing it trying to educate people. I'm doing it because it's just a video vlog. It's something I can do while I'm out here on the road. It's something to do while I'm home when I'm doing stuff. I'm making a video vlog of my life. Now, if you can learn something from what I'm doing and what I'm sharing, good. So be it. Good. Learn from it. I'm putting it out there. Learn from it. Everybody think that they can reinvent the wheel. Or when you say, hey, when you start your new authority and you got to take these cheap freights. Well, see that you're the problem. You know, all y'all new entry people coming in, y'all the problem why it's low rates. But guess what? It is what it is. You think we want that problem? No, you know. People got to cook their authority. So sometimes they don't even start running right away. They wait till their authority they got at least 3 months so you can get a little bit more brokers. And some people start right away like I did. There's nothing you can do. Brokers that pay a lot more money will not touch you. But you think because you signed on somewhere where their authority already been aged over 5, 6 years, 10 years, that you can book loads from anybody because of their authority age, and you get better loads, you want to down somebody else that's coming in. And everybody know when you coming in, what's going to happen. You got to be financially ready at least for 6 months. Because at least at 180 days, you can sign on with different brokers. You can get at least, 7, 8, 10 brokers, and that start opening it up so you can make a little bit more money. So you need to be prepared. If you look at some people's comments, they always scrutinize it. Oh, I always get everything over $3. You're a $3 lie. Not coming out of Florida, you don't. So when I say my rates coming out of Florida, I got to take them for $1.12, $1.20, $1.26. I done got up to like $1.45. I done got $1.36. Oh, I'm not even taking no money for that. Well, that's you. That's your business model. You want to be silly? Be silly. You don't want to take gas money? Don't take gas money. But guess what? You still gonna spend gas money getting out of Florida. So you losing money. So yes, $550 fuel my tank up. It does. So when I take that load up to pick up my $3 a mile load, and I took that load for $550, it only costs $532 to fill my tank up. And that takes me from Florida up to North Carolina, back down to Florida again. So that $18.50 that I just made, it's all my money. Why? Because the load I took up for gas paid for my fuel. So my net is that $18.50 that I just got for the load. Guess what? I come back out of Florida, I take another load for $5.50, $5.80. Guess what? I'm picking up another load for $18.50. Coming back. So guess what? That $18.50 is my net. Why? Because I got gas money coming back up there. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And guess what? I'm going to get another load for $5.50 going back up there to pick up another load for $18.50. And it's going to take me all the way back to Florida. That's my gas money. Now, I'm done at the end of the week. Saturday morning, I'm finished. At that point, it's a done deal. I'm ready for my reset. Now, I didn't pocket $5,500 net. Why? Because I was getting gas money coming back. And if I didn't, that 16, normally it's about $1,600, between $1,600 to $1,700, depending on my fuel discounts. But most of all that, I got coming back from these here loads. So my profit is $5,500 that I just made for the week. Why? Because I got gas money. That's my business plan. Now I know to net after all your expenses paid $5,500. I know that's low for you. I know. I know that's low. I know that you netting $7,000, $8,000 a week every single week. Yeah, I know. I know, but that's your business. Okay? But good for the goose may not be good for the guinea. Right? know, but some people want to jump on board. Oh, y'all do this. No, you don't. But I know y'all come to Florida, get loads out of Florida. Y'all getting loads at $3 a mile. Yeah, I know. All y'all loads y'all get for $2 a mile and everything like that. That don't make no business sense. Do you think Walmart shuts down because they cost of operation? They didn't gross more money than they cost of operation on a Monday? They didn't make no profit on a Monday because their cost of operation cost more money than they had gross for the day. So they're not going to open up on Monday no more. That's what I mean by some people don't know anything about business. They think that every business is making a lot of money every single day. No, it's the total amount of money. You got 30 days. Brokers pays you within 30 days. It's business. Business bills, you pay 30 days. It's the total amount of money you make in a 30-day period of time. So the little bit amount of money adds up at the end of the month. It always does. It adds up at the end of the month. Every penny counts. That don't make no business sense for you to just dead head out of Florida when you can get a load that's going to fill up your tanks. You're going to go over 1,200 miles off that load. Why not cut your cost on fuel by taking a cheap load? Is it cheap? Yeah, it's cheap. But my business operation is based out of Florida and Florida rates. That's my business operation. That works for me. The area that I run, it works for me. It may not work for the area that you run. Your overhead expenses may be high, but that's a you problem. That's not a me problem. I own my truck. I got the title, which I showed y'all. I don't have no truck payments. I just got my trailer rental. That's it. $500. That's it. $500 a month. My overhead expenses is not high at all. Pay myself $1,800 a week out of that $5,500. The rest of that goes into the business account and my maintenance account. I know that's not enough for y'all. I know. Listen, I know. I know that's not enough for y'all. All y'all loads is $4 a mile. Y'all will sit for 3 days waiting on that $4 a mile load. Y'all ain't gonna move y'all truck. Hey, I understand, but that's y'all. That's y'all. If that's how you want to do it, fine. And a lot of people who was doing it like that, what happened? They didn't gave up their truck. They didn't lost their truck. All the people, oh, I know how to book freight. Y'all remember people saying that? I know how to book loads. I know how to do all that. It's easy when everybody's paying good money, but can you still manage your business and be profitable when the money is tight? Listen, we always used to say in the restaurant business that I managed for 19 years, we always say a multiple amount of sales has a multiple amount of problems. When your revenue is a lot high, you can make a lot of mistakes and it's not going to look that bad. But when the revenue is low, those same mistakes you was making when the revenue was high, it's going to show. It can be detrimental to your operations. So the goal is to minimize all your mistakes, whether you're doing them when you're making a lot of money or you're doing them when you're not making a lot of money. Because the end is your cash flow percentage. I'm at a 38% net profit off my gross for my business. This year, this year just started. Last year, I was at a 38% for my business. Most businesses is only at an 8%, 12% profit margin. I was at a 38% profit margin. I'm doing pretty good. You may not agree with how I do things, but this is not for you. I'm sorry, it's not for you. I'm making plenty of money for me, and I just showed y'all the stuff that I didn't have. I saw another video, the dude was like, this trucker been trucking for 30 years, talking about how he been trucking for 30 years and he don't got nothing to show for it. I've been trucking for 9 years. Built myself a house. 5-bedroom, 3 full baths, 26 square hundred, 2-story house. Paid off multiple vehicles. motorcycle. Then bought 2 semi-trucks. I have accomplished things within my 9 years. What are you doing? Just talking about the glory days. Huh? A lot of people say a lot of things. Y'all listen to these people and jump on board with this. You don't do any research with it. I try to help some of my friends, and this is why I say I can't help people. I don't like to mentor people because then they don't like to listen. I was helping a friend book loads. When I was helping him book loads to find loads, he was averaging $7,500 a week. And I told him, hey, yeah, so stay in these markets, run like this, and you always gonna average between 7,000 and 8,000. Go home every other weekend. Don't try to go home every week. Go home every other weekend. Now, you got something going on, go home. But no, if you go home, you only gonna make about 5,000 if you go home. Just keep that in mind if you're gonna go home. If you can, still manage with that 5,000 going home every week because you got things going on, okay. But get back to doing that every other week. I helped him for 3 weeks. Book loads. Kept him in the markets in the manufacturing states that was doing things. He decided he wanted to go back to how he was doing some stuff before, and he was mixing it about the way it said I showed him. Then his rates started going down. It started going down. By the time he contacted me again, he was had a phone call. By the time he had contacted me again, right now he in the hole. Want my help again? I'm saying, well, what you mean? Have you been running in these lanes that I help you establish? Even lanes to get you home, so that way you're still making about 5,000 even when you go home? Well, I kind of like I wanted to stay, doing like the Texas, Atlanta, Louisiana market because of this, and before you know it, it just wasn't working out, and I'm like, nah, I don't got time to help you. I'm saying, I'm sorry. Go back to how I showed you before, and go back to doing that plan that I showed you before. Well, I don't have no load boards because I couldn't afford the load boards no more. So I don't got the load boards to look for any loads. Could you look for loads for me? I said, no, I can't look for loads. I'm not your dispatcher. I got things I got to do myself. I can't be your dispatcher. I'm sorry. I can't do that. Because if I'm pouring time and helping out, and then you just taking it for granted, why spend any more time with you if you're going to take it for granted? You got people who's charging, and I understand why they charging you like $150 or $100 for an hour of their time, and I understood why after I didn't help 4 people out, and then it was doing good, then they decided to change and do what they want to do, got themselves behind, then they want more help to try to help them get out of what they got behind in, and so I see why people start charging for their time, because people don't understand the time that you put in to do this in business, and then they taking what you're doing for granted, and you didn't help them out, and now they feel like they can just call you and you just gonna help them out some more, and you like, well, why did you jump ship? I'm not understanding why you want to jump ship. Listening to the wrong people. Stop listening to the wrong people. What works for one person may not work for you. People say, hey, well, I make this. Yeah, you may be in a state, in a city where you can pick up a load within 50 miles of where you stay at. They got higher rates. They probably got loads, starting off at $2.13 a mile, $2.35 a mile, because you stay in a good market. They forget to tell y'all all this stuff. Oh, I'm making this much a week. Well, but you may stay in a good market that supports that. I have to go from Florida up to the good market, which normally takes 2 days, for a cheaper rate. So I'm starting off behind the 8 ball. I made $1,200 in 2 days. When I get to that market, I can make $1,200, $1,300 every single day now, because now I'm in that market for that. But when I'm not in a market, I'm taking loads for $1 less because I'm coming out of Florida compared to taking the load for the $2.13, $2.20 up there in the Ohio area, in the Illinois area, Indiana area. You just learn how to do these particular things. If I want to go to Texas, I know not to get a load going to Pennsylvania and call myself, I want to go to Texas over the weekend, because loads going out to Texas for Pennsylvania only paying like $1.75, $1.80 a mile. Right? So that's the wrong state if you're trying to end up on a run going to Texas. That's the wrong state to end up. But that comes with experience doing that particular kind of stuff, knowing what in what market and what that market dictates in different areas where you can go in those particular markets. It comes with experience and doing your research to put yourself in a better situation or a better market. All those, I say, from at least Charlotte on down, going into Florida, one-day loads, all of them is paying about $3 a mile. All of them. So if I got to take a load for $1.12 to go up to Charlotte, but I'm getting a load coming back down paying $3.10, $3.12, I didn't average $2.20, $2.25 a mile. Now that's a pretty good average. You give and you get. That's just how it is. But my business is built for that. My operations, my overhead is built for that. I don't got to worry about, how Jason Andrews said, Mr. Charlie, I don't got to worry about Mr. Charlie trying to come get my truck because I own it. It can sit right there. I don't have to worry about it. It's not costing me no money when these wheels are not turning. They don't. My insurance payment is just $2,088 a month. That's it. After 2 loads for the week, I got my insurance payment for the month. It's a done deal. Now, because I got to renew my registration coming up in April and renew my insurance, I'm putting away money for that, because those 2 alone going to be about $7,000, $8,000 to renew my insurance here and renew my registration come April. Right? But that's just saving $1,000 a week. Just save $1,000 a week so I can get that money for that. And once I have that money saved up just for that, I can go back to making other business plans, like buying myself a trailer and stuff. Y'all better start listening to some right people and doing some research before y'all start making decisions. Or you're going to be like the other gentleman, calling all these lawyers, calling FMSCA, calling OSHA. He said he was calling everybody. I was like, you signed the contract. The contract stated what they was going to do and your responsibilities. You signed it. Now you mad because they taking out money when they got to fix your vehicle, taking out money for tires. You don't own the vehicle. That's all it said. They didn't say that you don't have any vehicle expenses that you are responsible for. You can make $2,500 plus weekly without owning equipment. Yeah, but you still financially have to take care of that equipment. It spelled it out in the lease that you signed, but I say this all the time. I have seen it too inside the office when I was with Vidma. They do not read what they are signing. They just signing stuff and not even reading it. When I was signing mine, I was taking pictures of everything, so I have the pictures that I can print out. The dude told me he been here for 2 days. He done seen about 30 people, and I was the first person he see that actually took pictures of the lease and read the lease before they signed it. And I told him, well, you better. I said, because they got stuff up in here that they'll charge you for when they feel like charging you. Log violations. They charge you $300 for log violations and all that other particular stuff. Man, I said, y'all better look at this stuff. Stuff that you financially are responsible for. I'm like, y'all better look at this stuff and y'all better read it. Because when they start taking that out your check, you're going to get mad because they taking it out your check. I'm like, so y'all better be right. You better read the stuff that you sign and understand. All right. I got to go. Y'all have a great day.